Hello and welcome to episode 28 of the Community Trail Running Podcast. I'm your host, Adam Lee. Thank you for joining me once again. So many podcasts out there, and I so appreciate you spending a little bit of your time with me. Today we have Kara Delwo of Heads or Trails on the podcast. Registration for her race in Bear Mountain just opened December 8th, so we get to chat about that and a few other events she has lined up. It's a great interview. Can't wait to get to it. But of course, we've got a little bit of housekeeping first. If you recall, back in episode 18, we chatted with Stuart Jenkins of Blue Maca. They were awaiting the independent lab results for their Connect insoles. They got those results and they were really good. The shoes are, in fact, helping athletes perform. What does it mean for trail running? That's debatable at this point. Anecdotally, I've had a chance to use them, and I think they will make a difference for someone. I just hope that perhaps an elite will take them up somewhere and we hear about what they actually do for someone running on that level. I can only speak for myself, but I do think there's something there for Blue Maca, so check out that post. And the Trail Running Film Festival is open for submissions until January 7th. I'm super excited to be bringing this event to Vancouver and helping executive producer Matthias Eichler with anything else I can along the way for the larger tour. You may remember Matthias from episode 10 of the podcast. He's a race director down in Olympia, Washington. Super passionate about this community. So I'm pumped to get involved. Calling out to any and all of you who are creators, please submit your work to the festival, trailfilmfest.com. Great opportunity to showcase everything that's amazing about this community. So get out there, get it in. If you know someone who creates great stuff, let them know. Tell them to submit. If you're a run club or a run shop or just a huge trail running fan, it's a great chance to bring everyone together, hang out, have some good trail running fun times with something a little bit different. So get after it. Check out the website. But today we're chatting with Kara. We're chatting about her races. Let's go. Today's guest is the Heads or Trails race director, Kara Delwo. Heads or Trails is located in the Fraser Valley, and they host a couple of different trail races and mountain bike races. I say she's the RD, but she's wearing a bunch of hats. Kara, thank you for being here today.
Adam, it's great to be here. Thanks so much for having me on. I really appreciate having this opportunity and getting to share a little bit more.
I'm pumped to get into it. You just opened registration for your Bear Mountain races, and obviously with the last couple of years being what they've been, 2023 is very exciting for you. Tell us a bit about why you're so excited and tell us about the race itself.
Yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned, it's been quite the last couple of years. It's been hectic for everybody, but it's really built up the outdoor community. I feel like it's brought so much opportunity to get more into these events, and that's really what I'm doing. So I was always working on the events previously as a bit of a side hustle and something that wasn't able to be a sustainable business on its own. But now with everything that's happened, it's really opened up the opportunity to do this as something more full time and to devote all my energy into it. And I just see so much opportunity to grow it this way now. So yeah, that's really exciting. And as you mentioned, the Bear Mountain race, that one, we just launched our registration. So that's an event that's happening in Mission, BC. It does have a running race on the Saturday, which is May 13th, and it's an 8-kilometer, 12-kilometer, and 21-kilometer distances that are offered. And it's just a really special race. It's our third time coming back to Bear Mountain. We've built a super amazing community that comes out to that race and really enjoys it. And it's just it's beautiful trails. There's intense climbs. It's definitely a challenging course, but some amazing single track and flowy downhills too. And then just the event itself, we've kind of built into a very fun, festive post-race celebrations with music and a beer garden and that component too. So yeah, really excited to get that going.
Oh, that sounds like a blast already. I had this question from a listener a few episodes in race directors ago, and I'd love to ask all of you this because it's really good. And they said, there's often personality to a race, and the course that the race director sets out, it can be a little bit of a glimpse into your personality. Is there a little bit of a glimpse into who you are through these courses?
Yeah, you know what? I really think that would definitely be an accurate statement. I can't take any credit for the actual course itself. So race directors of my previous running company, Katrina and Jenny from Pacific Pine Running Co. They designed the race course, and it's an amazing course. It's such a great event. But the event itself, I would definitely say, also reflects my personality. I mean, I've always really focused on pushing other people to achieve great things and to um, celebrate their celebrate their actual achievements. I mean, I've always been in team sports that way, so I feel like that's been something that's been just really bred into me. And then also just doing something that putting on an amazing event. I care a lot about the integrity of the event, making sure that it's something that people get there and there's the wow factor and they want to come back, and that it's not just something that they show up to, race, and leave, and that it's a full spectacular event.
Well, you're obviously very passionate about putting on a great event for everyone. Is there a moment or something like that that sticks out from the previous ones?
I mean, I just have a lot of memories of the post race event, seeing the people congregated together, celebrating, sharing it over kombucha or a beverage from one of our sponsors that was there, and listening to the live music, looking absolutely drained from their event, but just so satisfied, that post race feeling that you've accomplished something great. And just being able to be part of that and share that with the runners that we have is something, it's a moment that you don't forget.
You've obviously got some dedicated runners now that you're taking a crack at this full time too. There's a market there for you. I'm wondering for this race, but just in general, how do you get the word out there? How do you promote to people? And then how do you promote the inclusivity of the sport? Because I think that's important too.
Yeah, that's definitely super important, and the trail running community has such an emphasis on that and does such a great job in being inclusive um, as a whole, but definitely with our events too. I mean, we've worked with some amazing local sponsors and partners, and that's something that I'm super focused on carrying on and continuing to work with the local brands that are near us, working with even for like our medical team and stuff, having the local search and rescue for Bear Mountain. We have Mission Search and Rescue that is a great partner to us, working closely with the Fraser Valley Mountain Bike Association and a lot of other local aspects of the race. So just having that core focus and value, and then it makes it really easy to get connected to all sorts of different running groups and all sorts of different people, and make sure that um, that it's just, yeah, it is a super inclusive event. And I mean, offering multiple distances that kind of offer the weekend warrior something where they can just come out, and anyone can challenge that 8K course. You don't have to run, you don't have to sprint, you just get through it. Or some people that want to tackle the 21K and do something a lot more challenging, and push themselves there. So it offers something for everybody, and that's something that we're focused on. We are more of a community focused type of event. So yeah, it's great.
It's important to note that trail running isn't just ultra running, right? Like there's so much more to it and so much more fun for everyone.
Absolutely. I think that it can be something daunting to people that maybe haven't gotten into it, but that's something that I've noticed too. I mean, I didn't come from a trail running background. I grew up playing soccer and playing some other sports, but as I got into the trail running community 5 or 6 years ago only, it was such an amazing welcome that all the trail runners give to you. It's such a special feeling to join the events. It doesn't have any of that awkward phase of being like, oh, I'm not really a trail runner. I'm not sure I fit in here. Like, it's so welcoming and it's such a wonderful community. So it makes it really easy that way.
I love it. That's why I'm here. That's why I think everyone's here. So yeah, there's no secret there. I'm hoping maybe tell us a little bit about what it's like to run in the Fraser Valley for those who haven't done that before.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you haven't run in the Fraser Valley, I highly recommend it. It's so beautiful. I mean, you have so many different areas to go. You have Elkin, Thurston, and Chilliwack. You can go to Bear and Red Admission. Abbotsford has Sumas Mountain, like all around. Bunsen, anywhere you go, there's such a wide variety of trails that you can experience. You can make it as challenging or simple as you'd like. There's some trails where you're going to be climbing for the majority of it, and it's super technical. Like even Red Mountain and Mission is more technical um, than say Bear. Bear, you're going to go, you're going to do the climbs, and then you're going to have these beautiful flowy single tracks. You're pretty much always going to be treated to some gorgeous views when you're in the Fraser Valley. I mean, it's just hard to find trails that don't offer that. Um,
Oh
so,
darn.
yeah, I know, right? Just the worst place to do it. So, yeah, it's gorgeous, and you won't run out of trails to explore.
Well, you don't have races that we've run out of chatting about yet. You've got a couple others on the calendar. One's a mystery race, which I love. That's kind of fun. Tell us about what the calendar has in store for 2023 for you.
We're starting off with the Bear Mountain Race, which is going to happen in May. And then from there, we go to the Merritt Crown, which is a mountain biking race that I've recently picked up, started by a couple locals out of Merritt who have passed on the ownership to me. So that will be exciting. And that's a 60K and 120K bike race. So a little bit more intense. And yeah, definitely going to be quite the race out there. And then after that, I'm hosting the Coldwater Classic, which is out of Merritt as well. And that will offer a trail run on July 29th and then a cross country bike race on July 30th. And that race, I'm excited to bring it there. It's beautiful trails. You know, it's a little different than the Fraser Valley. It's Thompson-Nicola Valley, and it offers a different type of running. But it's gorgeous. I mean, you go through these beautiful open flowery meadows and this wide path, and then a kilometer or two later, you're hiking up this intense technical trail, and then you're going down single track, and it's through the deadwood forest. So another place, I mean, again, I can't emphasize enough how beautiful the area is here in general. So a little bit different, but something fun, and it offers people the opportunity to camp there, build up the event side of things. You know, I'll bring out the live music again. We'll have the beer garden, lots of our local partners and sponsors. Always a big emphasis on encouraging people stick around, meet people, make those connections, grow that bond in the running community. And yeah, and then we wrap up August 12th. I'm doing a mystery race, as I like to call it right now. I haven't announced the location. I mean, what I mentioned previously, there's lots of options for where we can host that. I have some ideas in mind. I've talked to a lot of people, but I have not actually solidified where I want to do that one yet. So the mystery is not just for you guys. I'm still working on it too.
Do you even have a distance in mind for that one, or is that going to depend on where you decide to do it?
It's going to depend on where we decide to do it. I mean, I'm still planning to keep it probably having 8 to 15K, possibly doing 3 distances again too, depending on the trails, and then something closer to a half marathon, either 21 or maybe a 25. We'll see what it offers and what I'm feeling up to for that.
For those suckers for punishment of all levels.
Oh, they love it.
That's amazing. I'm sure you're always needing volunteers for these things. People want to sign up to run them. Tell them where they can get all the goods.
I love it. Yeah, so our website is up. It's headsortrails.ca. As soon as you go to the website, there's some links right on the front page to sign up for the Bear Mountain races. On the same page where you go to sign up for the race, there's a link to volunteer there. So you can click on the link, sign up to volunteer, lets you choose kind of the position that you'd like to do for volunteering for the day and when you can do it. And yeah, it's all kind of set up in the one area. So if you head over to the website, you'll find everything you need. And we definitely always need volunteers. I mean, the events can't happen without volunteers. The volunteers, again, I just keep talking about the running community and how great it is, but the volunteers that you get for these events are amazing. They make the race what it is. They're the heart and soul behind it. So I would love to have anyone out that wants to get involved.
Fantastic. A huge thank you to Kara Delwo. Huge thank you to all of you listening. Shout out to race volunteers everywhere. And until next time, I'm Adam Lee, and this is Community Trail Running.